some love! If you want the Wrestlemania's ass to this ring, give me a hell yeah!
Oh, hell yeah, we're back inside of your radio for live living color. I'm WB Ward.
And I'm Chip Douglas.
For another week episode of SCI. I hope I did that mysteriously enough.
You did. WrestleMania weekend.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. All the WrestleMania events are going on even as I speak at you in Southern California right now.
Yep. No, Northern.
Northern. I thought it was near in the LA area.
No, LA is where the last Raw was. But it's actually taking place at the new San Francisco 49ers stadium. Levi's Stadium, I believe was what it's called.
Oh, that's right. I was making a joke last week that should have made two of those.
Yeah.
That have a pair of Levi's.
Pair of Levi's. By the way, I wasn't going to bring this up, but I just now saw this.
Yes?
I see Plexus on your table.
Yes.
How's that working out?
Plexus. Well, so far so good. For those of you who don't know, Plexus is a drink that hopefully can help me lose some weight. I mean, I've put on a few pounds since I had my last stroke. It's been you know how many years it's been since I've seen my winker?
I'm saying 55.
Well, yeah, somewhere around there. And I'm hoping my goal is with Plexus will be able to let me see my winker once again sometime before I die. That is now my bucket list.
Plexus can help growth.
Well, it's not growth. Yeah, I'll go back to the blue pill for that. Right now, I'd take the blue pill, but it would be like erecting a flagpole in front of a condemned building. But so far, I just started with Plexus, so it's a little too early yet to tell. It tastes great. It's got a great flavor to it, and I have been following it. And I have been watching a little bit more about what I'm eating. So hopefully between the two, I'll be able to drop a few pounds.
I applaud you.
Thank you very much. I'm even having a liquid dinner tonight.
I was going to say, this wine that you bought.
That's not wine. It's grape soup.
Grape soup.
It just comes in a long, skinny can that's made out of glass.
It was a great decision for dinner.
I think so. But anyway, no, if you guys want to try Plexus, it's got some great reviews on it, and we can fix you up. You can contact us. No, neither Chip or I is selling it. I'll tell you that right now.
Nope.
But we can help you fix it up. Right now, let's do our tweet of the week, shall we? Tell Lauren she owes me a drink.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
What time is it, kids?
Hey!
Oh!
It just never gets old.
Never does.
Never gets old at all.
Every time I think about changing it, we shouldn't.
Yeah. Let's. It's not broke, so we're not going to fix that.
All right. So this tweet of the week, which you heard me laughing about earlier today,
okay,
comes from the real Al Snow.
The what?
Always the real Al Snow.
Oh, Al Snow.
Al
okay.
Snow, who's always really good at tweeting, and he goes, "If you thought accidentally sexting your parents was embarrassing, wait until they return the favor."
Oh, golly. Oh.
How do we, that's my fault. How do we transition that?
I've got a way to do it.
All right, go ahead.
It's not terribly removed from one of the episodes of Totally Divas, when one of the Bella's brother accidentally sexted one of them with a naked picture of himself he was trying to send to his wife.
Oh, no.
And so the whole episode was spent. Yes, I've started watching the Divas again.
Oh, okay.
The whole episode was spent with him trying to defend that, and him really knocking, I think it was Nikki who outed him and just started telling everybody about it.
Oh, good Lord.
It turns out he didn't have that much to show anyway. Before we get into the 600-pound gorilla in the room of WrestleMania, which is this coming Sunday night, they had a rather unfortunate incident happen south of the border.
Yeah, Tijuana, Mexico.
Perro Aguayo Jr. Died in the. Now, did he die in the ring or just shortly after?
No, he died in the ring.
It was in the ring when he died. I know he wasn't pronounced dead until they reached the hospital, so I was kind of wondering about that. He and another wrestler apparently were wrestling The 619 guy.
Rey Mysterio.
Rey Mysterio. Yep, I've had too much of this grape soup. Rey Mysterio, and the early reports that I saw were saying that it was a 619 that killed him, but
Right.
I don't know. You saw the same tape that I saw. What did you think?
I mean, to me, it's completely obvious the fact that, a 619 is not what killed him.
No.
In fact, the reports are now showing, or at least what I've seen and what I've heard, is he was supposed to move and not get the 619. And so when Ray instantly knew the fact that he was not moving,
Yeah.
he went on top of the head.
I saw him. He
Which
overshot.
on the video, it completely shows.
Yeah.
Like, he is hair at the most. That's what Rey Mysterio did. He is hair. Everything that I've seen, the drop kick before that, possibly, which hit his neck. A lot of people are saying there could be previous spinal issues with him.
Sure.
And the fact that, he was tilt-a-whirled out to the arena beforehand. My apologies.
That's okay.
And then he comes back in with the drop kick. The drop kick's what did it. Because as soon as he got the drop kick, that's as soon as he went limp on the ropes.
That is just absolutely
tragic.
Heartbreaking. Yeah.
I've seen him actually perform. Great performer.
Had quite a history.
Oh, yeah. Second generation star.
He was the leader of the Perros del Mal stable, which he started in Consejo Mundial de Lucha Libre in the CMLL back in 2004, I believe.
Right. He's been wrestling for AAA now.
Right.
For quite a bit. I was really looking for him to be in Lucha Underground shortly thereafter. But yeah, I mean, it was a very sad instance. It really sucks that, everyone's kind of make this as a crime, because I've heard now that they're trying to press manslaughter charges.
No.
Which is ridiculous in my opinion.
I mean, that's wrong on several levels. When you get into full contact, for lack of a better word, sport, professional wrestling, boxing, extreme fighting, football, even basketball to some extent, there's a certain amount of assumed risk the second you step onto the playing surface. Right. I don't care if it's staged or not. Just the fact that it's full contact, there's a certain amount of assumed risk that does take place. And I'm not trying to give an excuse to anybody to do anything other than to say is there are some things you have to take responsibility for when you make the decisions. My little brother certainly suffered his amount of injuries, and he certainly inflicted injuries on a lot of people while he was in the ring.
Right.
Not a one of them ever came back and said, golly, that's his fault. I got hurt. No, it was their own fault. They got into the ring. I'm not trying to disparage the Aguayo family or anything like that, but this was an assumed risk. And my heart aches for the family. I'm so sorry to hear of this tragedy, but let's kind of keep this in perspective as to what wrestling is. It is a full contact event, and these things do happen. They have happened in the past. They will happen in the future.
I agree. It just sucks that, bad timing.
It is.
Bad timing.
Yeah, it does. It does create a bit of a public relations.
I mean, just like the Owen Hart tragedy. This stuff happens, once a decade, if that. And so it always sucks to see it.
Yeah.
And hear about it. With this instance, at least we saw it. Which I don't know. I always had mixed feelings about us seeing it. Because I never want to, publicize a death, but it was kind of nice to see it. So that way,
right? I understand what you mean. Yeah.
It's not like the Owen Hart incident where you can't see anything.
Yeah, and keep in mind events like I was just thinking about that. The one big difference there is that didn't happen during a match. That, of course, happened during his entrance to the ring, right. Which even then that would have been an assumed risk because, well, he was hanging from the ceiling of the arena.
Right. Right. And I agree.
Just like circuses. I mean, that is an assumed risk.
Assumed risk, man.
It is. Okay, let's go ahead and move on to Wrestlemania.
Ooh,
I just found out today, and I don't know, for all I know, this has been planned for 3 months, and I'm just now finding out about it.
I doubt it.
The kickoff match of the Fatal 4-Way Tag Team match between the champs, Tyson Kidd and Cesaro, against the Usos, against the Matadores, and New Day. Did that just come out, or have I been sleeping under a rock?
No, it just came out in my opinion.
Okay.
I mean, we saw it together. I didn't know about it.
Oh, okay. Okay. I don't feel so bad then because I looked at that and I thought, where the hell did that come from?
So where are you going with it?
I don't know. I was just kind of wondering who do you, of that playing field, who do you see as coming out ahead on this?
I'm gonna go with the champions. I'm gonna go with Tyson Kidd and Cesaro.
I got to agree with you. I got to agree. I hate to see the Usos get it back. New Day they don't even deserve to be in it.
Nope.
Matadores, they
really don't deserve to be in it.
Oh, I don't know. I was going to say the same thing, but with the exception of their appearances on Raw or rather on SmackDown, they started showing a little backbone.
There ain't no way. You can't put the belts on them.
Okay.
You can't.
Well, you and I are both agreeing on Tyson and Cesaro, so
right.
It's almost a moot point anyway. And besides, this is just a kickoff match. It's not even part of the official WrestleMania card.
Oh, so this is on the WWE Network.
I believe so.
All right, so it's the same prices that we're paying now.
Yeah. By the way,
for the pay-per-view.
Since you approached that topic, I found out today the only way this is not available as a pay-per-view is on DirecTV and Dish Network.
Really?
It is available on most of the cable outlets.
For how much?
In the $50 to $60 range, depending on who your TV provider is. Still, it's outlandishly overpriced. But for
$10
for you people with Time Warner or with Comcast who live way out in the sticks and just don't have internet because you're with Time Warner or Comcast, here's your opportunity. You can at least see it pay-per-view by dishing out $60.
That's true. There you go. There's your options right there. Pay $9.99 or $60.
You know, I was thinking it wasn't available at all because the way they talk about it on Monday Night Raw, they don't even mention it. They don't even mention it. I just Googled it and I went, I'll be darned. It is available on pay-per-view elsewhere. I thought everybody had dropped it. Okay. Believe it or not, we're already halfway through the show. So let's go ahead and continue our predictions for WrestleMania. AJ Lee and Paige taking on the Bella Twins. Now there's no championship here because there's no Diva Tag Team Championship, is there?
No.
Didn't there used to be?
No.
I thought there was.
Never. But in this instance, we saw the recent development on Raw between Paige and AJ, them battling after the fact.
Yep.
That leads me to believe they're actually going to win it.
Oh, really?
So I'm going to say AJ and Paige.
I had already just typed in my prediction of the Bellas.
Bellas?
Yeah.
Ah.
And the only reason I'm thinking that is because of the same reason that you went with AJ and Paige is the reason I'm going with the Bellas. I believe the storyline is going to continue where they continue the frenemies completely dissolve. They fall apart completely.
I think that will be coming sooner than later, but not this time.
Could go either way. Could go either way indeed. Oh, and we missed the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal.
Oh.
Rather than going down this whole long, huge list of people who are in it.
By the way, did you see the Axelmania bit with Hulk Hogan?
That was great.
That was great.
I thought that was hilarious.
That was the best I've seen Curtis Axel ever.
And I was really disappointed when Snoop Dogg came out because I thought, oh my gosh, here we go with another music performance, which on television I've always been disappointed with that.
Right.
I'm sure it works in a live show and I'm sure it's very entertaining, but when I tune in on Monday nights, what I want to see is what's that called? Wrestling.
Wrestling.
Yeah, but yeah, Snoop Dogg made it to the ring. They avoided the obligatory concert, which I thought was really good, and he did a good job. At the end of it, they annihilated Axel. Him and Hulk stood in the middle of the ring. Hulk with his pythons, and Snoop with his little weenie arms. That is one skinny dude.
That is one skinny, really, really dude.
Anyway, yeah, I thought that was pretty awesome. I thought that was a lot of fun to watch. With Axel being in the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal and with the push they've been recently giving them, I wonder if that's a clue that he may in fact be the winner of that match.
I mean, possibly. Possibly. I can barely see it happen. I'm still leaning towards Mizdow. I think Mizdow's the one that could win it. Comes down to him and the Miz. That's my prediction.
Okay. So I'm going to put you down for Mizdow.
Yep.
And I am going to put myself down. Let me think here. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to say Axel. Just because of the push they've been giving him. And that is going to be our predictions for the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on to next thing we got up on our hit parade. And by the way, we don't know if this is the order they're going to appear in the show or not.
We don't know.
But the Intercontinental Championship ladder match would seem to take a logical place here.
Right.
Daniel Bryan, Stardust, Dolph Ziggler, Luke Harper, Dean Ambrose, R-Truth, and defending champion Bad News Barrett. To me, I'm really hung up on between Bryan and Ziggler. I think it's got to be one of those two.
I agree. I'm going to say Bryan. Daniel Bryan's going to be my prediction.
Okay.
With his recent losses, though, to Dolph Ziggler, it makes me wonder completely different. But I'm gonna say Bryan. I still do not like the way they're burying him.
No.
The fact that he's not in the world title picture at all. And so that's what makes me believe he'll be win this title. Because how in the world do you let someone who just won the world title against Batista and Randy Orton, how do you let that person now not win the Intercontinental the next year? So to me, it doesn't make sense unless you really try to bury him.
No, that makes perfect sense. Now, me, on the other hand, I while you were talking, I kind of backtracked a little bit. Bryan or Ziggler, to me, the more thought I gave it, the more obvious that became. I think they realize they've been making a mistake with Barrett. I think they're going to let him keep it, and he's going to win it again and come out of it so they can start pushing.
How? What
do you mean?
What have they been doing with him?
Nothing.
Exactly.
And see, that's the problem. And I think they realize that that's been a mistake.
Why did they do with Daniel Bryan?
Now, granted, you got me there. I can't argue that. I cannot argue that. But I think they've got a tremendous opportunity with Barrett.
I think being with the sleeper is Dean Ambrose.
Yeah, okay. We have several ways we could go on this, but I'm going to stick to my guns. I'm going to say Barrett.
All right.
However, in the match, though, here's something else that I would like to see happen, because it would give WWE Creative a chance to redeem themselves on one account, is to see Stardust become eliminated from that due to interference from Goldust. Go ahead and revive the rivalry between the two brothers and restart that as a storyline. It's not too late. Let's do it, guys. What do you say?
I think it's too late.
I don't think so. I think people wanted to see it then, and I think they would want to see it followed through.
I think it should happen this WrestleMania so people will lose interest.
Well, we'll see what happens, because he in fact could come out. All right. Wyatt, Undertaker. I have been losing confidence in Bray Wyatt as of late.
Why?
With the exception of the last two appearances. All of a sudden, he just seems to, I don't know, seems like somebody breathed life into him. I love the promos he's been doing to lead up to this.
Right, thank you.
And
that's what I was going to get at.
Especially Monday. I thought that the dramatic appeal on that with the lightning bolts and the thunder, I thought that was awesome.
I thought this past Monday's promo was incredible by him.
Isn't that the one where they had all the lightning stuff?
Before.
What am I thinking of?
Week before.
Okay.
In fact, I was on a different radio show, Pop and Blake.
Yeah, okay.
And they mentioned, Papa mentioned about, I still don't know how they got lightning inside of the building.
No. I'm not talking about that where it was lightning down to the chair. I'm talking about just the overall atmosphere. They had thunder and lightning, no bolts.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
But it led everybody to believe that maybe the Taker was being there. I like that.
Right.
But let me back up. How did they do that lightning bolt to the chair thing?
You're the magician. I don't know. I have no clue how they did it.
Oh, I thought you said you and
Papa and I, neither one of us agree, or we both agree. We have no idea.
Oh, okay.
So, but either way, Man, this is
I'm predicting Wyatt on this one because I've been thinking about what you said. I think Undertaker is going to gracefully bow out.
With him losing last year.
I know 2 losses in a row is not good.
Yeah. I mean, it completely destroys his legacy. Him winning or him losing doesn't do anything for Bray Wyatt.
I don't know. He had 20 years consecutive. Nothing's going to erase that.
God. I think either way, this is bad. That's my personal opinion.
It is kind of a no-win situation for WWE.
It's a no-win. You let Undertaker win, that destroys Bray Wyatt's credibility once again, which it did last year, which they shouldn't have done. But if you let Bray Wyatt win, it completely destroys Undertaker's legacy that he's built for the past 20 years.
So who are you going to predict?
I'm going to say Undertaker.
Taker. Okay, well, that leaves us split on that one. Which is good. So far, you and I have only agreed on 2.
One?
No, 2.
2? Oh.
The Fatal 4-Way and the Divas.
We're going to agree on the next one.
Yeah, I think you and I are going to be in equal agreement on this one. Sting versus Triple H.
And there's no other way.
Yeah, how in the world could Triple H win?
Yeah, there's no way.
Because it just would not be best for business.
Now, this past Monday was great.
Oh, yeah.
What they did this past Monday, I thought was their best work that they've done so far. So it makes me excited about the match because Sting was excited. So I was really excited to see it. But yeah, it's to me, it's Sting.
Yeah, there's no way. Yeah, it's not even worth debating over that because they would be just a bunch of idiots to go any other way. Rusev, John Cena.
Ooh,
who do you see on that?
Ooh,
I'm still sticking with Cena. I think Cena will win. However, due to interference from a now absent Lana, who I predict will return at WrestleMania, in an attempt to try to get in the good graces of Rusev, will try to interfere with the match, actually
she's
causing.
Suspended.
Not according to the storyline I heard from Monday Night Raw.
No, in real life.
Real life, she's suspended?
Yeah.
Why?
Sex video.
Really? Is it only $9.99?
I totally just made that up.
Oh, you just made that up?
That's made up.
Why? I haven't seen it.
I knew your ears would perk.
Well, at 56, you got to have a hobby. No, I think she's going to come to the ring, try to get back into Rusev's good graces, because right now they're kind of hinting at the storyline. Rusev dropped her because she gave Cena the match. Instead, she's actually going to cost him the match, and then by making him tap out. But Rusev will turn right around and attack John Cena, thereby keeping his streak going with the crowd.
I think the same thing will happen, but the opposite. I'm saying Cena.
You're going to say Cena will win?
I'm going to say Cena will win.
Oh, well, then you and I agree.
So we agree. But it's going to be her costing Rusev.
Oh, okay.
In a way that she doesn't expect.
Now, just like I don't see how Triple H could defeat Sting, I don't see how Rollins is going to beat Orton.
I disagree.
Oh, really? I think Orton's going to come out on top of this several different ways, but you think... I
think Rollins is going to win it.
I just don't see how that can happen. Do you have any thoughts on a possible storyline with that?
Let's wait till the main event.
Okay. Now, here's the main event according to my opinion. Brock Lesnar. Roman Reigns.
Brock Lesnar.
There you go. Got to get the razor blades in the back of the throat. Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns. I really don't think Lesnar's going to win.
You don't?
No.
Okay.
I think it's going to be Roman pretty much all the way. Now, I loved Raw, except for the last part where he and Roman got into the ring. I was real excited when Roman snatched the belt right out of his hands. I was really disappointed when they went into the fifth grade tug of war. I thought they could have ended that much better than that.
Right.
Because it really built up to something a lot bigger than this. And it was just basically a game of keep away. But you're going to go with Lesnar, I presume.
I'm going to go with Lesnar. But Rollins cashing in after the fact.
Now, now there you and I disagree because I think they are setting up Rollins to be the first person ever to never cash it in. It's got to happen eventually.
It has to.
And I think it's going to happen this year.
So if they make Lesnar look strong, which they could with him winning against Roman Reigns, but still make Reigns look strong at the same time to where it's literally they're both just laying there.
Yeah.
Or is Lesnar's just now getting up? He's now just getting his, getting his conscience together. Rollins runs in, curb stomps him, pins him. WrestleMania 31, Rollins is a champion.
Okay. I think here's a way you can tell that's going to happen by watching WrestleMania. Look at the Orton-Rollins match. If Rollins does win that match, then Roman Reigns will defeat Lesnar. Because I can see Rollins taking on Roman a lot easier than I could see Rollins taking on Lesnar.
I'm not going to disagree with that.
That way, Rollins, any way you look at it, Rollins could come out actually the champ.
Right. And it makes Roman Reigns look good.
I can see Lesnar laying down for Roman Reigns.
Now, of course, this is all dependent on if Lesnar resigns.
Well, yeah, and if he chooses not to resign and lay down for somebody, I can see him doing that for Roman Reigns.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
I do not see his ego allowing him to lay down for the likes of Rollins.
I think the situation is right.
Rollins is a pipsqueak. I mean, really, from a physique point of view, the man he's just one step above J&J Security. I mean, he really, you're not going to.
So given the possibility.
Yeah.
You lose. So Roman Reigns wins the title, but immediately loses it at WrestleMania. Now, of course, that's never happened, so that's interesting already. But do you really see that happening?
Yeah. It depends on how far they're wanting to push Rollins. If they want to push Rollins to the point where he actually defeats Orton in his match, then yes, I can see that happening.
My honest opinion.
I just don't think he'll make it past Orton.
But here's what I really want to happen. Which, a lot of rumors are saying that they talked yesterday about a new contract.
With
Lesnar.
With Lesnar, okay.
I want Lesnar to win clean. Let him come out of WrestleMania 31 as a champion.
And then retire as champ?
Nope. 32 in Dallas, him and The Rock.
Do you think The Rock would do that?
Yep.
I don't know. He kind of strikes me as possibly feeling he's a little bit uppity for that.
Really?
Yeah.
Here's the thing. WWE, they know where money's at.
That's true.
Lesnar versus The Rock? I mean, that'd be like Lesnar versus CM Punk again.
They could go back to a place the size of the Pontiac Dome and, again, fill it up with 90,000 people.
Well, they're going to Dow Stadium, which is bigger than Pontiac Silverdome next year. So, it could very easily happen.
And maybe Hulkster will not mess up the name of the venue.
Yeah. That was good.
The Silverdome doesn't exist anymore, by the way.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah.
Doesn't. But
Okay.
Hulk Hogan, it does. He's
To Hulk Hogan,
there.
yes, it does.
So
it will always be in Hulkamania.
He's had two memories, that and NWO.
Okay, well, that about wraps it up for our predictions for WrestleMania 31. 31 years ago. Can you believe that?
Oh, my gosh.
That's incredible.
I'm 31.
Wow.
I'm sorry.
So this has been around as long as you've been
didn't I?
alive.
Yeah.
Incredible. Well, check us out next week so we'll see who was really knows what they were talking about. About another edition of SCI.